Okay. So ambitious. Hello my bookish lovelies, Kira here, and today I'm going to be going over all of the books that I hope to get to in the month of September. Of course, like, all of this stuff is always tentative because I'm a big mood reader, so this is the stuff I would like to get to. Sometimes it works out that way, sometimes it does not, you know, so hopefully like I can get to these books. I actually started Freshwater last month and I'm hoping to get to that one, like finish up that one. I'm also hoping to finish up the Falling in Love montage by Kira Smith. So those are two books like that I started that I talked about like reading last month. I started them, I'm just not completely finished with them yet. So they're gonna get counted probably towards my September, like, you know, reading goals. So for the third month in a row, I still have not gotten to 1Q84. I did get to the trilogy that I really wanted to get to last month, the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden, the one like with the Bear and the Nightingale. So I did get to that one. I do feel very accomplished, but I still have to read this one. This is a chunker and I really just want to read this one, but like every time I sit down to go read it, it's like, no, maybe I'll read it like in a few days, like when I'm more in the mood for something a little bit heavier. And I've kind of like not been in the right frame of mind. I know I'll eventually get there and I'm hoping September will be the month to get there for this book. I'm hoping September will be the month, but there's no telling. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that one because like I really want to read this book so badly, but I just like, it's that mood reading thing like that keeps me hung up, you know, like sometimes I'm just not in the mood to read this. So I'm really hoping I get to this because I want to so badly. I think what I want more than anything is I want to be in the mood to want to read this because I've heard so many wonderful things. Ugh. So let's move on to everything else that I hope to get to, of course. There's a lot this month. And like I said, this is all guidelines. I'm not sure what I'm going to get to. This is the stuff I hope to get to. Wishful thinking, but there's no telling. So since we have October coming up, there is a book club on Twitter called Paperback, Hardback, or Take It Back Book Club. And they are actually going to be reading this book called The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling, and I've really been wanting to get to this one. I believe like this is a sapphic horror book like that takes place like while this one woman is spelunking like in a cave, and I feel like it's very psychological, but like I've heard wonderful things about this and I really hope to get to this because we are almost in the middle of October where all the spookiness is supposed to be happening. So I'm really hoping to get to this one. Now for Summerween, I did not get to all of the books like that I really wanted to get to for the month of August. August 31st was the last day of Summerween, and the only book I did not get to is Home Before Dark by Riley Sanger, and this is another book that I really wanted to get to. So hopefully like I will be able to also get to this one in the month of Wish me luck, guys. This is very ambitious. I'm currently going to be buddy reading. So last month I buddy read Ace of Shades with April from 12 Months of April and Gabby from Books and Other Nerd Things, and we read Ace of Shades, and Ace of Shades is by Amanda Foody, and oh my god, like I've heard good things about it, but I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. So I'm hoping like that. I think we're going to be buddy reading King of Fools, which is the second book, in the month of September. Now I know the third book is coming out, Queen of Vaults, very soon. Gabby is in the UK, so I think her release date is different from ours, but I think our release date's actually going to be September 1st for the Queen of Vaults, which is the third and final book in this trilogy. And oh my god, but like Ace of Shades was so good. Like I just didn't see that coming. So I'm really excited like to get like to the second book. Like I almost like wanted to binge this series like along with all the other ones too. So I'm so excited for this. Another book that I really hope to get to in the month of September is The Shadowed Sun, which is the second in the Dream Blood trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I read the first one last month and really enjoyed it. We're doing a group buddy read for adult science fiction fantasy and on my Twitter account, and I love this so much. Actually, like Sarah from A Voyage in Worlds and me have been like talking about like this book quite a bit, so excited to continue on with this. And I know she said like that she was probably going to be able to do it like towards the beginning of September, so I'm really excited. The first book was so good. I'd never read an N.K. Jemisin book before, and I really loved it, and it was just it was so different. I love different worlds, and it was just so different, so I really enjoyed that. Another book that I really hope to get to in September is On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. I haven't read a graphic novel in a long time, but this whole thing, this huge chunker, this thing's huge. This is a graphic novel depicting a colony in space that goes around rebuilding old kind of places, I guess. But from what I hear, there's also a sapphic romance in this, and so I'm really excited. And yeah, like I recently saw like this book kind of floating around on a Sunbeam, and I had to read it, so I found it and I got it, and I'm hoping to read it soon. And yes, I've been kind of in the mood for something easy like to read, and this is a good book for that. But it's also been blurred by Brian K. Vaughan, who is the creator of Saga and Paper Girls, and he says Tilly Walden is the future of comics, and On a Sunbeam is her best work yet. It's a space story unlike any you've ever read, with a rich, lived-in universe of complex characters. So yes, I'm very excited for that one also. Another book that I really hope to get to, because there's been so much buzz on it, so much buzz, is The Sword of Kagan by M.L. Wang. Everybody has been talking about this book. This book is so popular in the fantasy area of BookTube, and it's like, oh, I just want to know more about this. Like, everybody, including Daniel Green, has read this book and like loves it, and so I really want to hop on this bandwagon and just kind of like find out like what the big deal is. From what I know like about this is like this Asian fantasy, and I don't really know anything about it past that, and I don't need to, because like I feel like the book is going to speak for itself. I'd rather just go into it being surprised. Audible recently did this thing where if you pay like the $15 a month like to get the 1 credit, there's also some audiobooks like that you get to listen to for free. Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko happens to be one of those books. A whole trilogy is on there. I've been dying to get to this series. This is one of the series that I wanted to get to before the end of the year. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get to this one sometime, hopefully like, you know, soon. This rating's relatively big, but we have the first book, which is The Bone Witch. We have the second book, which is Shadow Glass, and guys, these covers, like, oh, guys, these covers are so pretty. So we have Shadow Glass, which is the second one, and then we also have the Heart Forger, which is the third one, and I have these books ready to go because like I've been dying to read this series. So I'm really trying to go through like a knockout, because I've got so many like book series like that I want to get to, that I've been trying to go through like and knock them out, and I actually find like that it's really relatively easy for me to binge read these books, especially like when there's series like involved, because like it's almost like I'm only like reading one book like when I pick up a series, because they tend to pick up like almost like where they end. So yes, this is another one that I really hope to get to. So I'm probably not going to be able to get to all of these books, but wishful thinking that I can get to as many of them as possible. Guys, keep me in your thoughts. I hope that I will be in the mood to read 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami, because I really want to read that one, but like I just haven't been... I want to be in the mood to want to read it. That's what I want. And it's like I've been struggling so hard with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys like this video, hit the little like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon if you guys want to receive emails every single time I post. I'm also on Instagram, Amazon, Twitter, and Goodreads. Those links are linked in the description below. And I will see you guys again very soon.